Please listen carefully.
Well, hello, universe, and welcome to the Optimist Daily Update. I'm Kristy Jansen.
And I'm Summers McKay.
And we are part of the team behind the Optimist Daily, making solutions the news. We bring you reader-funded solutions news every day in order to change the tenor of news media, social media, and the direction of your day to help us all get focused on what's going right in the world.
7 days a week, we publish positive news stories written by award-winning journalists and delivered online to your inbox and through our social channels. And also, we are sharing these solutions in a commute-worthy, walk-worthy, home office-worthy, dog walk-worthy, bird-watching-worthy podcast. Today is Wednesday, the 26th of January, 2022. Good morning, Kristy. How are you?
I'm well, Summers. Been a long time since I've been here, though.
I know. We have missed you. We want to hear about your snow vacation.
It was really fantastic.
Did you just say funtastic?
I said fantastic. I did, because it was super fun. We rented a cabin. We had too many people, lots of youths, and, me and my friends. It was just really fun. I did not end up skiing, although I did slip on the ice and bruise my tailbone.
But you got the skiing injury without actually skiing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Being the house mom was super fun.
Well, you were missed. Carissa and I managed to accidentally not figure out how to, not even accidentally, like Skype just stopped recording. We missed an entire show. And then Ariel and I held down the fort for a couple days. So we made it without you, but we really prefer it when you're here to help us inspire the world with new words like funtastic. Speaking of words...
Yeah, so I am going to talk about something that I'm really into right now. Anyway, the headline reads, "The Psychological Reason We're So Taken with Wordle," which has been all over the place. I don't know if you've played it yet.
No, I'm not. And I'm going to right now, as you were telling me about this, I'm going to download it from the App Store because I am so late to this trend.
Well, if you are on any social media platform, if you're paying attention to general media, you may notice this is coming up a lot. It's a new word game, and it's super fun. And it's super simple. There's only one chance to play it every day, but it renews each day. Basically, what is Wordle? Anyway, yeah. The player's goal is to guess a mystery 5-letter word in as few tries as possible. And you have, I think, 6 tries maximum. So after each guess, the color of the tile will change to show how close your guess is to that word. You guess a 5-letter word, and if you have a correct letter in a correct place, the tile will turn green. If you have a correct letter in a wrong place, the tile turns yellow. And if the tile stays gray, then that means that that word, or that letter is not in that word at all. So you can just cross it off your list. And different than other games that you can binge play, Candy Crush is out there, or even some of the other word games, you can only play once each day. It renews every 24 hours. The answer is always going to be a common word from the English language, and common for some people might be different than common for others, but it's generally a word which is going to be recognizable to most players. And then you can share your results online, and there's hard Wordle and then there's easy Wordle. And then,
tactical question here. Yeah. I'm on the Play Store trying to download Wordle, and there seem to be like a bunch of rip-off Wordles.
There are tons of rip-offs. So actually, I just have been playing it online. I just go onto the website and play it.
Okay.
I think it's a free download. The guy who made it, Is Wordle, he wasn't trying to do the next trendy game. He actually did it as a pandemic project for his word game loving partner. And he created it November of last year. That was when it was out. There was like 90 people playing it. And then it just took off. According to New York Times reporter Kyle Chaika, there's now over 2 million players every day. And I think that might even be low.
So if anyone is listening trying to figure this out, the website is powerlanguage.co.uk/Wordle.
Yeah, we'll have a link to the website in the story.
So
go onto the story. And so what is so exciting about this game? There's one philosophy professor from the University of Utah, Dean Nguyen. He's saying that the cleverest bit about it is the social media presence. The graphic is super simple, and it's a huge amount of information packed into a little graph. But psychologist Lee Chambers talks about the language and logic processes of the brain getting worked out. Actually, that leads to a release of dopamine, that little pleasure chemical. So you get that on a daily basis, and it's just enough to keep you going. And since you can't binge it, you don't get exhausted. So anyway, it's a fun thing to play with friends because it's the same word for every single person playing it. So you're kind of participating with the world as you play that game. You feel connected to a bigger community. And I know people who are in Wordle groups, so they're not sharing it on their social media, but they're sharing it among their text group, like I got it in 2 tries, I got it in 5.
Can you like Google the daily Wordle
I think,
answer
yes.
so then
So
people
now,
can be like, oh, I got it in 2 tries.
then that doesn't give you the dopamine
The
burst if you
dopamine.
didn't do it. But there are now, hint sites, and it's becoming a whole community, which I feel connected to.
Wordle is like a far better solution for the world than Tiger King. When we truly analyze these pandemic responses and these collective experiences, like Wordle is somewhere in between, or I guess Cobra Kai, is right in between Tiger King and Wordle as far as these collective positive for the world experiences. All right, so I have gone onto the Wordle site. I made one guess. I just put in the word bread. And then I currently now have a yellow R and a green A. I will report back to you on my Wordle capacity tomorrow because I will join the Wordle movement. I neglected Tiger King, so Wordle it is. Switching to something that we love to talk about at the Optimist Daily, which is textile recycling. We all know, and we've talked about it many times, that it is difficult to recycle textiles simply because when things are made out of lots of different things, they're harder to recycle. My headline reads, designers turn unrecyclable clothes into high-quality textiles. Varieties of types of fibers, quality levels, colors, and just even sorting everything that goes into a shoe or a jacket can make it very difficult to actually recycle these into usable textiles, right? So an old sweatshirt does not easily become a new sweatshirt. There is a new partnership with discarded clothing that's typically considered unrecyclable will now be given a new lease of life in the form of high-quality recycled textile dubbed Fibers Unsorted. The innovation comes from design studio Envisions, which recently partnered with an engineering company, Imat Uve, for the project. And I probably pronounced that wrong.
And what happens with these clothes if they don't get into the Fibers Unsorted program is that they will end up in landfills or incinerators.
Right. So landfills or incinerators are donated in mass to organizations that then put them in landfills or incinerators. So the recycled textile is essentially technical fabric that consists of mixed fiber clothing, which has been diverted from these said landfills into a durable fabric that's high quality enough to be used for car interiors. Right? So where else do we use fabric? It doesn't just have to be sweatshirt to sweatshirt. The challenge that Fibers Unsorted was set upon was to develop quality yarn out of big waste streams that textiles are usually only downcycled into poor insulation material or, just kind of get tossed. That's an extract from the quote of Envision's director, San Schurman. Now it's an opportunity to keep this resource as long as possible in its cycle and extend its lifetime to create valuable products out of it. According to Dezeen, the technique can use almost all types of garments, filtering out only around 15% of fibers because they're too short to make a quality yarn. In addition to efficiency, the method requires no chemical process, making it all the more sustainable than other initiatives. The design studio displayed this textile innovation at Dutch Design Week 2021. Automotive industry is moving into using it. This also could be used for furniture, design, upholstery, and flooring. So
it's just another signal that we're moving towards that circular economy. Thinking about what happens at the end of life, not just what's going into a product, but rather what happens to that product when it's at the end of its useful life. And how can you upcycle it, recycle it, reuse it, keep it out of the waste stream and, trash to treasure.
What else do we have on today's Optimist Daily?
Well, another couple headlines. 3 breakfast habits to boost brain function, according to dietitians. What cities around the world can learn from Europe's greenest capital. I'll log on to find out what that capital is. The hiking robots of the future. And here's why scientists are building an artificial moon. What else, Summers?
Well, master your career story to help you land your dream job. A discarded 1990s window design could help fight climate change. And lastly, not totally sure about this one, but advice from a sleep doctor, don't drink water after this time. I drink water all night and all through the night, but I also don't always sleep all the way through the night, so maybe that's the issue. That and much, much more, guys, as always, is available on the Optimist Daily. Thank you for listening to Kristy and me today on the Optimist Daily Update. We promise to continue to share positive, solution-based stories with ideas on how you can participate in this changing world and ensure it is changed for the good. We promise to cover current events with accuracy, legitimate sources, and offer you the information needed most to chart new paths for all of us.
And as we always finish the show, we are making our little pitch to ask you to please consider becoming an emissary if you're not already on theoptimistdaily.com. And you can help support our project here at The Optimist Daily. Keep us free to all who need it, supported by those of us who can for $5 a month or a little bit more. Just help support reader-funded independent journalism and be part of the solution-changing consciousness that addresses our world's biggest challenges with a problem-solving mindset.
Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
We'll be back tomorrow with more solutions.